I remember those days where I was sat there in classroom on this wooden chair that destroyed my back every single day, daydreaming about this exact moment. The moment where I have total freedom about what I do, what I work on, who I hang out with, when I wake up, and all the above, like everything basically. I said all of the above. It's like those multiple choice tests. But, anyways, this video, ladies and gentlemen, is to show you that exactly 3 years ago, I was stuck in classroom, right? Or in university. And 3 years later, I have this total freedom. And I want to deliver the message to you that you can get the same thing. If you crave having your own freedom, like being able to wake up whenever you want, being able to hang out with your friends whenever you want because you don't have final exams or homework you need to do, or being able to pay for whatever you want because you actually have the money to pay for it. Like having a solid skill set, having good knowledge that a very few select of people actually have. This right there is living a good life, living a life with purpose and intention. And if you crave having all of these, like the only thing that's separating you from getting them is literally the work you put in. But what's more important, and where I see most people fall off, is getting distracted and also getting influenced by people whom they don't want to have the life of. So, for example, when I was in university, I had a plan to drop out because it was taking a lot of time from my side, and I was already building up a business that was generating me some decent income. So I wanted to scale this business, but of course it was very hard, especially like having university at that time. So doing both in parallel was kind of complicated. So I wanted to drop out, and like 90% of the people whom I know, even 95%, were all telling me to stay in university because it's a safe path, and dropping out like will not serve me well. I should just get a degree and just have it as a safety net, because maybe one day something happens. So here you can see that most of the people who gave me this advice didn't have the life that I wanted. So if I were to listen to them 2 years ago, I maybe wouldn't have ended up here where I'm literally in control of what I do, who I do it with, when I do it, everything basically. So this is something that's really important. Is not only you need to put in the work, you also need to shut off all the distractions around you and the negative influences. And you and I both know who are the people who are like negative influences and who are the ones who are positive influences. And I'm saying all of this, like just doing those two simple things for a very consistently and for a very long period of time will get you basically what you want. Like maybe 3 years ago, right? All I dreamt about was like having maybe a lot of money, being famous, and having all those supercars, and I'm this like guy that everyone likes, etc. But as I'm growing into the journey, I'm realizing that like outside appearances and the materialistic stuff that I have aren't that important. They don't give me the internal fulfillment and this feeling that I'm onto something, compared to doing something that I like whenever I want, and basically having the freedom that I want, and not needing anyone to pay for what I want, or not being financially tied to anyone, maybe my parents, my family, whoever it is. I have this type of freedom right now. And by the way, I'm talking about all of this, but not giving you a lot of details. If you want to know about like what I do and all this stuff, you can check out my channel if you're new to it. But the main idea that I want to drive to you is that you can sit there in class and daydream all day, but if you're not putting in the work to escape the class, escape university, escape your job, just get into freedom, basically, you will stay stuck there. And if you're putting in the work, but you're also listening to the negative influences around you, it's like both of these cancel each other out. And at the end, you'll be in this very tough dilemma where you're trying to work hard from your end, but then their voices are getting into your head and telling you like you're going on the wrong path, on a very risky path, and you start executing their ideas instead of yours. So be careful of that and just keep going, and you will get the life of freedom that you've always wanted. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this video helps you a bit, and I hope also to see you in the next one.